Flavors and smells shape our world in ways most of us never fully realize. They guide what we eat, how we feel, who we're attracted to, and even what memories we hold on to. Imagine walking into a room and instantly being transported back to your childhood by the scent of freshly baked cookies. That's not just nostalgia, it's neuroscience. These sensory experiences are wired deep into our brains, influencing us at a level that's both emotional and primal. What we think of as taste is actually a complex combination of multiple senses working together: taste, smell, touch, temperature, and even sound. It's why food tastes bland when we have a cold, or why the sizzle of a steak can make us hungry before we even take a bite. Meanwhile, smells can trigger vivid memories and emotions, often more powerfully than any photograph or word ever could. There's a whole science behind this, blending chemistry, biology, and psychology to explain how these experiences become so personal and powerful. In this video, we're going to peel back the layers of how flavors and smells work, from the microscopic receptors in our nose and tongue to the way our brain interprets and categorizes them. We'll explore how evolution has shaped our preferences, how industries use scent and flavor to influence our behavior, and why some smells are universally loved, while others cause instant disgust. So if you've ever wondered why vanilla is calming, or why cilantro tastes like soap to some people, get ready, because the science behind it is more fascinating than you think. How taste really works. Taste isn't just about the tongue. It's a multi-sensory process involving both your taste buds and your sense of smell, known as the olfactory system. When you eat something, molecules travel not just across your tongue but also up the back of your throat to your nose. This is called retronasal olfaction, and it's the reason why food tastes so different when you're congested. Without smell, your tongue is only capable of detecting 5 basic sensations: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. Each of these 5 tastes has a biological purpose. Sweetness signals energy-rich sugars, while salt is essential for bodily function. Sourness can indicate spoilage, bitterness warns of potential toxins, and umami, the savory taste, signals proteins. These cues helped our ancestors survive by guiding them toward nutritious food and away from danger. But today, in a world full of processed flavors, those natural warning signs can be overridden. Even more fascinating is that taste buds aren't limited to your tongue. Scientists have found them in places like your throat and even your gut. These extra-oral taste receptors may play roles in digestion, hormone regulation, and even immune response. It suggests that the body's taste system is more complex and widespread than we ever imagined, responding not just to flavor but to nutritional content and biological needs. So when you take a bite of your favorite dish, you're not just tasting it with your tongue, you're engaging an intricate system of sensors and signals that stretch throughout your entire body. The next time you savor something delicious, remember, you're experiencing one of the most evolved sensory networks in the human body. The power of smell. While taste has 5 basic categories, smell has thousands. Your nose contains about 400 different types of olfactory receptors, and each receptor can detect multiple scent molecules. That means the human nose can theoretically distinguish over 1 trillion different smells. It's no wonder scent can transport us to places and moments we thought we'd forgotten. Smell operates through the olfactory bulb, which is directly connected to the brain's limbic system, the area responsible for emotions and memory. This close connection is why a particular scent, like a specific perfume or the smell of rain on dry earth, can bring back memories with incredible clarity. Unlike other senses, smell bypasses the brain's relay station, the thalamus, which makes its emotional impact more immediate and intense. There's also a subconscious layer to scent. People can be attracted or repelled by others based on natural body odor, which is influenced by genetics and immune system compatibility. This biological mechanism may have evolved to help us select genetically diverse partners. It's a silent but powerful force that plays a role in everything from romantic attraction to social bonding. In the world of marketing and consumer behavior, scent is a tool of persuasion. Stores pump in specific smells, like citrus in gyms or vanilla in baby stores, to enhance mood and boost spending. Your nose is constantly making decisions for you, often without your awareness. That invisible influence gives smell a kind of superpower in our daily lives. Flavor versus taste, what's the difference? Many people use taste, and flavor interchangeably, but scientifically, they're not the same. Taste refers strictly to the 5 sensations detected by the tongue: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. Flavor, on the other hand, is the combined perception of taste, smell, texture, temperature, and even the way food sounds in your mouth. It's a symphony of senses working in harmony, and the nose is the conductor leading the performance. For example, when you bite into a crispy apple, your brain registers not just the sweetness and tartness, but also the crunch, the juiciness, and the aroma that fills your nasal passages. If you were to pinch your nose, that same apple might taste bland or flat. This shows just how essential the olfactory system is to experiencing flavor in its full richness. It also explains why food can seem tasteless when you have a cold. Texture plays a surprisingly big role too. Creamy, crunchy, chewy, each of these sensations influences how we perceive a food's flavor. The same chocolate can taste very different if it melts in your mouth versus if it's gritty or waxy. Temperature also matters. Cold can mute certain flavors, while warmth can enhance aroma release, making food taste stronger or more pleasant. Ultimately, flavor is a multi-sensory illusion, crafted by your brain from a flood of sensory data. It's not just what's in your mouth, it's how your brain interprets signals from every direction. This blending of signals means that flavor can be manipulated, enhanced, or even faked, which is exactly what food scientists have learned to do. Why we love sweet and hate bitter. There's a good reason why children instinctively love sugar and recoil from bitterness. These preferences are rooted deep in our evolutionary past. Sweetness signals energy, primarily from fruit and carbs, while bitterness often indicates toxins. Our ancestors who avoided bitter plants were more likely to survive, and those instincts still guide us today, even when bitter foods are perfectly safe. That said, bitterness isn't always bad. In fact, many bitter foods are rich in antioxidants and other healthful compounds. Think of dark chocolate, coffee, kale, and Brussels sprouts. These are acquired tastes, and our palates can adapt over time. The more we expose ourselves to certain flavors, the more our brain learns to tolerate, or even enjoy, them. This adaptability is why food preferences can change with age. Children might reject spinach or blue cheese, but many adults come to appreciate those flavors. Social context also plays a role. If a culture celebrates a certain taste, people may learn to enjoy it despite their initial resistance. That's why fermented or spicy foods are common in some parts of the world and avoided in others. Interestingly, genetic variation also affects how we perceive taste. Some people are super tasters, with more taste buds, making bitter flavors especially intense. Others have variations in genes like TAS2R38, which alter sensitivity to specific compounds. So the next time someone turns their nose up at broccoli, remember, they might literally taste it differently than you do. Umami. The mysterious fifth taste. For a long time, scientists believed taste was limited to the classic 4: sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. But in the early 20th century, Japanese chemist Kikune Ikeda proposed a fifth, umami, which translates roughly to pleasant savory taste. He identified glutamate as the key compound behind it, found in foods like seaweed, soy sauce, tomatoes, and aged cheese. Umami is associated with protein-rich foods and plays a crucial role in appetite and satiety. It enhances flavor depth and adds a kind of mouth-filling satisfaction to food. That's why dishes like ramen, Parmesan cheese, and mushrooms feel so hearty and satisfying. They're packed with glutamates and nucleotides that trigger umami receptors on the tongue. What's fascinating is how umami acts as a flavor enhancer. It doesn't just add taste, it amplifies other flavors around it, making food taste richer, rounder, and more complete. This is why MSG, or monosodium glutamate, is used in cooking. It intensifies umami and brings out the best in other ingredients, though it's often misunderstood and unfairly vilified. Research now shows that umami also stimulates digestive responses. It increases saliva production and activates pathways in the gut that help absorb protein. In short, umami is not just a taste, it's a biological signal telling your body that protein is on the way. That makes it one of the most important and underestimated components of modern flavor science. The role of memory in flavor and smell. Our perception of flavor and smell is deeply tied to memory. This isn't just poetic, it's anatomical. The olfactory bulb, which processes smell, is directly linked to the hippocampus and amygdala, two brain regions associated with memory and emotion. That's why certain aromas can trigger vivid recollections from decades past, often more effectively than photographs or words. These connections help explain the phenomenon of Proustian memory, named after the writer Marcel Proust, who famously recalled an entire childhood episode from the smell and taste of a Madeleine cookie dipped in tea. It's not rare. Many people have a scent that instantly takes them back to their grandmother's kitchen, a summer trip, or even a past relationship. It's how the brain encodes experience through the senses. Flavor memories can also shape our food preferences. A comforting dish from childhood may become a lifelong favorite, while a bad experience, like food poisoning, can make us avoid certain tastes for years. These associations aren't just psychological. They create real neural pathways that influence decision-making and emotional response to food and scent. Understanding this memory connection has implications in fields like therapy and dementia care. For example, scent is now being used to spark memories in Alzheimer's patients, helping them reconnect with lost parts of their past. In this way, flavor and smell are not only tools for enjoyment, they're keys to identity, emotion, and healing. Culture and taste preferences. Taste is not only biological, it's cultural. What's considered delicious in one part of the world might be unthinkable in another. Think fermented shark in Iceland, durian fruit in Southeast Asia, or stinky cheeses in France. These aren't just acquired tastes. They're learned behaviors, passed down through generations and shaped by tradition and environment. Our taste buds don't change much from person to person, but our brains do. From a young age, we're conditioned to associate certain flavors with comfort, celebration, or status. A child raised with spicy curries may crave heat, while someone raised on mild foods might find that same curry overwhelming. Exposure, repetition, and social reinforcement play major roles. Even the same ingredients can be used in radically different ways depending on cultural context. Cilantro, for instance, is beloved in Latin American and Indian cuisines but reviled by some due to a genetic sensitivity to its soapy flavor. Yet in cultures where it's a staple, this perception often fades, showing just how malleable taste can be under the influence of culture. Modern globalization has begun to blur these culinary borders, introducing new palates to flavors they once resisted. Sushi, for example, was once considered exotic or even repulsive in many Western countries. Now it's mainstream. Cultural exchange not only diversifies our plates but rewires our perception of what tastes good. How artificial flavors and scents are created. Have you ever wondered how strawberry-flavored candy tastes nothing like a real strawberry, but we still recognize it instantly? That's the magic of artificial flavoring, a complex science involving chemistry, sensory analysis, and a deep understanding of how humans perceive food. Flavor chemists, sometimes called flavorists, are the artists behind this illusion. Artificial flavors are created by combining volatile compounds, the same types found in nature, to mimic a desired taste or smell. A ripe banana, for example, contains over 100 compounds contributing to its aroma. To recreate that experience synthetically, chemists identify the most dominant compounds and replicate them using lab-derived ingredients. This same approach applies to artificial scents used in perfumes, air fresheners, and even cleaning products. Scent branding has become a major industry, with companies crafting signature smells for hotels, stores, and even tech gadgets. These synthetic aromas can trigger emotional responses, drive consumer behavior, and create lasting brand identities. Despite skepticism, many artificial flavors and scents are considered safe and are closely regulated. However, there's an ongoing debate about how they may impact our taste expectations and dietary habits. When food is engineered to taste better than the real thing, it raises questions about authenticity, nutrition, and the future of our relationship with flavor. When smell goes wrong, anosmia and phantosmia. While we often take our sense of smell for granted, losing it can drastically impact life quality. Anosmia, the loss or absence of the ability to smell, can result from injury, illness, or neurological disorders. During the COVID-19 pandemic, millions experienced temporary anosmia, and many reported not just a loss of flavor in food, but also feelings of detachment and depression. Smell is closely tied to emotional regulation, so its absence can dull not only taste but mood. People with anosmia often describe meals as joyless and report feeling more isolated. Beyond flavor, smell warns us of dangers like smoke, gas leaks, or spoiled food. Without it, the world becomes less vibrant and potentially more hazardous. Then there's phantosmia, a condition where individuals smell odors that aren't there. These phantom smells can range from pleasant to disturbing, and may indicate neurological issues or sinus problems. The brain is trying to compensate for missing or scrambled input, sometimes creating entire scent hallucinations. These disorders highlight how crucial and fragile our sense of smell really is. Scientists are working on therapies, from smell training to stem cell treatments, to help patients recover this vital sense. It's a reminder that scent is more than a luxury, it's a lifeline to the world around us. The future of flavor and smell science is unlocking new frontiers in how we understand and manipulate flavor and smell. Technologies like virtual reality are beginning to include artificial scent delivery systems to create more immersive environments. Imagine smelling the ocean in a VR beach scene, or the aroma of fresh coffee in a digital cafe. The boundaries between physical and digital flavor are starting to blur. Meanwhile, advances in synthetic biology are creating new flavor molecules and sustainable alternatives to natural ingredients. Lab-grown vanilla, meat flavorings made without animals, and even genetically engineered yeasts that emit fruit aromas are on the rise. These innovations could reduce environmental strain and open up new culinary experiences. There's also growing interest in personalized flavor profiles. Researchers are exploring how genetics, microbiomes, and neurological wiring influence our flavor preferences. The goal? Tailor-made diets that not only meet your health needs but also satisfy your taste buds like never before. It's food science, customized to your DNA. As we enter this next era, the way we eat, smell, and enjoy may change forever. But even in a world of smart flavors and engineered scents, the core of our sensory experience remains the same, driven by biology, memory, and emotion. The future of flavor isn't just technical, it's deeply human. Flavors and smells are more than just sensory experiences, they are portals into memory, identity, culture, and emotion. From the moment a scent hits your nose or a taste touches your tongue, a complex web of biological reactions and neural signals lights up. It's not just about eating or breathing, it's about feeling, remembering, and connecting with the world. We've seen how these senses shape our survival, how they evolve with us, and how they're influenced by everything from genes to geography. Whether it's the comforting smell of home cooking, the sharp tang of something new, or the subtle cues that guide who we're drawn to, flavors and scents color every aspect of life. They teach us, warn us, and delight us in ways that go far beyond the surface. As science continues to uncover the mysteries of these senses, one thing becomes clear: the way we perceive flavor and smell is one of humanity's most powerful, and most personal, connections to the world. So the next time you savor a dish or catch a whiff of something familiar, take a moment to appreciate the science behind it, and the story it tells.